What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be dividing polynomials, and we're going to be dividing polynomials that have missing terms. So that's kind of the special case for these questions. So here's our first one. 2m cubed plus m minus 10. We're going to divide m minus 2 by it. I can already see that we are missing a term here. We're missing an m squared term. So we're going to plug 0m squared into this polynomial, kind of like a placeholder, because we wouldn't be able to actually do the division properly if we didn't have this placeholder. So that's why we're doing this. Let's set up our problem. We're going to have m minus 2, and then we're going to divide that into 2m cubed, and now we're going to put our placeholder here. We're going to put 0m squared plus m minus 10. So the goal of the polynomial is to multiply this term by a number here, so by a number here, to where we can get a number that will create 0, that when we subtract 2m cubed by this number that we multiplied by, it will give us 0. And that's going to be 2m cubed. So we need to multiply, so this number here needs to be a number we multiply by m to give us 2m cubed. So when we subtract 2m cubed by 2m cubed, it cancels. And we're going to continue doing that until we get through each term of this polynomial. What number will give us 2m cubed? That is the goal. So we have 2m squared times m, because that's going to be, we're going to multiply 2m squared by m, and that's going to give us the 2m cubed that we're looking for. So that's going to go here, 2m squared, and we're going to multiply that by the m, and we're going to multiply it by -2. And so we're going to have 2m cubed, and then we're going to multiply 2m cubed by -2. That's going to give us a minus, or negative, 4m squared. Now we can start our subtraction portion. 2m cubed minus 2m cubed, these cancel. And then right here, I'm actually going to write that step out. So we're going to have 2m cubed minus 2m cubed equals 0. And now we're going to have 0m squared minus a negative 4m squared. And we know when we subtract by a negative, it's going to change this to a positive. So that's going to give us 4m squared. So this is 4m squared. Now we got to bring down this m value here, and we're going to do the same thing. We need to multiply this number by a number up here that will give us 4m squared. So that number will be 4m. So when we multiply 4m by m, we get 4m squared. So 4m, we're going to multiply it by m, and we're going to multiply it by -2. 4m times m is 4m squared. And then 4m times -2 is -8m. And then we can do our subtraction. 4m squared minus 4m squared is 0. So I'm going to write that over here. 4m squared minus 4m squared is 0. And then we have m minus -8m. That's going to turn to a plus. So that's m plus 8m. That would be 9m. So we have 9m here. We're going to bring down our -10. And we're going to do the same thing. So we need a number to multiply by m. It's going to give us 9m here. And that number is going to be 9. So plus 9. 9 times m equals 9m. 9 times negative 2 equals negative 18. And we're going to do our subtraction. So 9m minus 9m is 0. So 9m minus 9m equals 0. And then negative 10 minus negative 18. That subtraction by a negative turns to a positive. So you're going to have a positive 8 as your remainder. So our complete answer is going to be 2m squared plus 4m plus 9, and the remainder is going to be 8 over m minus 2. So that's our complete answer. And that's how you do that. Let's try another one. So we're going to have 3x cubed minus 2x plus 5 divided by x minus 3. So this will be x minus 3. We're going to divide that into 3x cubed. And then we're also missing an x squared term here, so we're going to plug that in. 0x squared is a placeholder minus 2x plus 5. Okay, so just like the last question, we need a number. We need this number here, 3x cubed. So when we subtract it, it cancels. And that number is going to be 3x squared times x. So it'll be 3x cubed. So we're going to multiply x by 3x squared. And that's going to give us 3x cubed. And then we're going to multiply 3x squared by negative 3, giving us negative 9x squared. And then we could do our subtraction. These cancel. So 3x cubed minus 3x cubed equals 0. And then we're going to have our placeholder 0x squared minus a negative 9x squared. And that's going to turn to a positive. So that's going to be 9x squared. So 9x squared. We're going to bring down this negative 2. And then now we need a number to multiply by x to give us 9x squared. Okay, and that number is going to be 9x, because 9x times x equals 9x squared. Oops. And so that will be 9x squared. And then 9x times negative 3, 9x times negative 3 is negative 27x. And so we subtract, these cancel. So 9x squared minus 9x squared is 0. Negative 2x minus negative 27x. It's going to give us a positive, and there'll be negative 2x plus 27, which will be 25x. So this is 25x. And then we're going to bring down our 5 here, which is plus 5. So now we need 25x here. So we need to multiply x by a number that would give us 25x, which is going to be 25. So plus 25 times x would be 25x. And then 25 times negative 3 is negative 25 times negative 3. Actually, let me back up. 25 times negative 3 is negative 75. So we subtract, these cancel. Then we're going to subtract 5 from 5 minus negative 75. That's going to turn to a positive, so that would be 80. So we have 80. So our whole answer is 3x squared plus 9x plus 25. And then the remainder is 80 over x minus 3. Let's do another one. Okay. All right, this one's slightly different because this time we're missing a term in the number. We're missing a term in the number that we're going to be using to divide. Okay, so let's look at how to do this. So we're gonna add a placeholder in this number here. So we're gonna have 3r squared plus 0r minus 2. And we're going to use that as our placeholder so we can make this division. Okay, so we have 6r to the 4th plus 9r cubed plus 2r squared minus 8r plus 7. All right, so nothing's changed since the last two questions. We are just going to be, all we did was add a placeholder in this number instead of the number that's being divided. That's the only difference. But we're doing the same process as the last two questions. So we need a number to multiply by 3r squared to give us 6r to the 4th. And that number is going to be 2r squared. 2 times 3 is 6. Oops. 2 times 3 is 6. R times r is r to the 4th. And then we're going to multiply our 2r squared by 0r. So that would be 0 times 2 is 0. So plus 0. R times 2 times 0 is r squared times r is r to the 3rd, and then we're going to multiply 2r squared times negative 2, which is going to be negative 4r squared, and now we can do our subtraction. So 6r to the 4th minus 6r to the 4th cancels, and then we have 9r cubed minus 0r cubed. It's going to be 9r cubed. And then we're going to have 2r squared minus negative 4r squared. And that changes to a positive. So that's going to be 2r squared plus 4r squared. So that's going to be a positive 6r squared. All right. Now we need to bring down our negative 8r. Okay. All right, so now we need to multiply this number, this front number, by a number to give us 9r cubed. That is going to be plus 3r. 3 times 3 is 9. R times r squared is r cubed. Now we got to multiply this 3r by our 0r. So that would be plus, so 3 times 0 is 0. R times r is r squared. Okay, and then we got to multiply this 3r by negative 2. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And then r, that would be just r times 1, that would be bringing down the r. So now we can do our subtraction. 9r cubed minus 9r cubed, that cancels. 6r squared minus 0r squared is 6r squared. Negative 8r minus negative 6, that changes to an addition. So that would be negative 8r plus 6r, which is going to be negative 2r. Okay, now we're going to bring down our last number, which is 7, so plus 7. Okay, and then we need to multiply this front number again by a number that's going to give us 6r squared. And that number would be plus 2. That's it. Just plus 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, and then r squared. Oop, man, see, I'm messing up here. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 1 times r squared is r squared. So we're going to multiply this 2 by our 0r. So 2 times 0 is 0. So it's positive 0 r. And then we're going to multiply this 2 by our negative 4. So this should be negative. We're going to multiply this 2. Oh man, let me back up. We're going to multiply this 2 by negative 2, which is going to give us negative 4. Now we can do our subtraction. 6r squared minus 6r squared cancels. Negative 2r minus 0r is negative 2r. Positive 7 minus negative 4, that changes to an addition, so it'll be 7 plus 4. That's going to be plus 11. Okay, so our complete answer is 2r squared plus 3r plus 2, with a remainder of negative 2r plus 11 over 3r squared minus 2. And that's how you divide polynomials with missing terms. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.